Romain Pissenem was responsible for the show design of David Guetta's stunning New Year's Eve livestream from the Louvre in Paris. We went to the High Scream office in London's Soho to meet him and chat about that event and also the evolution behind High Scream's unique and eloquent show design magic. How do you know this location?
Oh, this is basically the entrance of the High Scream office. So we are in Soho on Dean Street, and when you go to this secret courtyard, you basically have the new ice cream office, with like a little building of 3 floors. One is for the production, the middle level is for programming with a WYSIWYG studio, and all the 3rd floor is all our designer plus our new virtual reality studio.
How many people do you have working for you? I mean, normally,
Normally, when I'm not on my own in the office, we start to be a big team, because if you put all the designers, it's a team of over 20 people at the moment, and we're also lucky to do a lot of collaboration with partner company, and we also have a lot of amazing freelance that we work with on different projects. So when the world is open and everything, it could go sometimes to around 80 people, 90 people working with us. So we're also lucky, as we work in different countries. We also have an office in Paris, as you can hear. keep the accent, and we have a temporary office in Ibiza when we are
during the season.
Yeah, during the season, as we have to move there, we also have an office there, and yes, it's a very cool mix of nationality, of people from a lot of different countries, different culture. I think that's very important for the creativity, to have such a cultural mix of people.
When did you first start getting interested in designing shows and directing shows?
I think when I was 13, 14 years old, I started to be really passionate by movies, and especially American movies, like all this crazy edit, you know, when you have like a one edit, one cut every 2 seconds, and I was like, this is not at all the way, especially more 25, 30 years ago, the cinema was produced in France, and I was always very amazed to see all this crazy stunt and amazing special effect, and the rhythm of the American movie was really passionate in me, and at the time doing movie or even short movie was almost impossible unless you have like crazy amount of money. We didn't have computer and phone with cameras, and just have a computer to do edit was a fortune, so nothing I could afford at the time. I started to get interested more with theater, and the funny story is one of my very good friends has his girlfriend who was participating to a theater lesson, and basically she had a friend who was a very beautiful girl, and I was like, wow, that's probably the way for me to speak with her. I was 15, and so we all went to the first theater lesson, and the teacher was saying, explaining a bit how things were working and all that, and I was trying to be the guy a bit interesting, so I was trying to talk and blah blah blah, and the teacher told me off, saying, hey, if you don't mind listening, and I was a bit like, my ego wasn't very happy with that comment. It didn't really work with my plan. So I was like, I replied to her saying, nah, I'm not here at all to take lesson. I'm producing show. I'm here to rent you theater for my production. Basically, it started then, and it's quite fun to see that more than 25 years after that, we're still doing more or less the same thing, mixing some rules of theater, how we produce the show, mixing with the energy of a big party. And basically, I think I was very lucky to have those, let's say, 2 schools at the same time. One was theater, very and the other one was producing parties and trying to finance our production with that. And I think having always both together have led us very quickly to to show design and wanted to produce it, design it with a kind of different way.
And you've worked with a huge amount, a vast array of artists, electronic artists in that time, and some of the huge names. Black Coffee, David Guetta, Avicii, DJ Snake, just to name a few. Is there any that stand out?
They all stand out. I don't want to make a political correct reply, but I really think it's a journey. For sure, I have worked for a longer time, and I have done a lot of shows with David Guetta, and I'm very proud of all the achievement I have been able to make with all the show for David. But I think it has been an amazing journey and an amazing luck for me to be able to work and also learn for all these fantastic artists. I remember a few years ago, I've been lucky to work with Cassius, who for me it's a legendary electronic music band. They have done so much for the electronic music, and I have learned so much as personal level than as professional level. And in our industry, it's hard to dissociate both. So, I have nourished I have fed myself with all this adventure, with all the artists that have been kind enough to trust me and give me something which is very important. It's basically their show, is their image. So it has been really a luck and a gift for me to be able to work with all sorts of different artists. And in electronic music, but not only, we produce a lot of different kind of shows, from big opening ceremony for sport events. We just started a massive adventure with Indochine, who is the biggest French band of the history of France. So we have been lucky to meet all these people and their team, and yeah, that's been a great journey so far.
I mean, I want to speak about that and how just talk specifically about your work with David Guetta during the pandemic and the United at Home series of concerts.
Yeah.
But particularly the New Year one that's just happened at the Louvre. So can you tell me about that? It was an outstanding show. It was in an iconic location and it looked amazing. Can you just tell me how that show came together, how you brought all the elements together?
I have to say that was, sometimes you receive call, and you suddenly have a big smile back for weeks. And David and all the amazing team of United at Home had already produced this show in Miami, who have raised a lot of money and helped a lot of people, and did it again at New York. And they started to discuss about the possibility to do a crazy place in France, and I was like, I started to mention iconic place. I was like, what's going to be the iconic place? And when they start to talk about the museum of the Louvre, I was like a child. I was like, nah, it's really going to do that? And the difference, this event was also to celebrate New Year's Eve, to collect money first thing, and also it was a New Year, so we needed to create a show. It was also like something a bit spectacular to say goodbye to this amazing 2020 and move forward to a more positive time, hopefully. We started to did the first site visit with those amazing nice people from the museum, who was extremely helpful, and all the super team around David who make those events happen. And I was like, okay, how to make a crazy show, a big show, without damaging this beautiful architecture. I can't do better than the Pyramid of the Louvre and than the Louvre itself. And I was like, okay, let's just create an extension, an electronic extension of the Pyramid of the Louvre. We have the pyramid, and it became very evident in terms of shape that we just need to do and have a massive matrix of light on the floor, plus a beautiful
I think you had some eye points, some robot eye points on that, didn't you?
Yes, and they have saved our life, because, I mean, that's why I was so grateful for the new E-Point. We can go outside and are water resistant, because the weather was terrible. It was snowing, raining, cold, very, very cold. I mean, well done to David to play with this kind of weather. I really wanted to play with light more, not to try to disturb too much with the, and I think this big matrix of light plus all this architecture, all light we did with all this amazing light we used was definitely something when we start to program, we're like, okay, that will work, that will work for the museum, work for electronic music, work to create a massive concert experience, and also work really well with the drone shot and all the TV shots. Because you can't design a live stream as you design a normal show. There's nothing, it's very different.
What do you most love about your work?
What I most love about my work? Everything, every aspect of it, the amazing people I work with, amazing artists, the traveling, everything is amazing. It's a luck to do a job like that.
Do you feel lucky every day?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I rarely work. I basically work from 7 a.m. till 9, 10, plus a few mail when everyone is sleeping. So I work a lot. And I don't complain, I'm happy I have work, it's amazing, thanks. But yeah, it's luck, it's amazing to be able, you wake up every day doing something you love. I would say the best moment is the whole journey. I still feel, every time we do a show and I'm watching around me and see thousands of people and light and all this, and I'm sometimes I pinch myself thinking, are you just dreaming all that? Because when you reward a bit the movie and you like, with my brother in Oslo, with the village we come from, and I remember our parents have a group of friends and they used to do like parties like in the garage, for example, and I remember watching those parties thinking, that's amazing, people smiling and having fun together, and suddenly, years after that, you are in the middle of biggest arena or stadium and you just do the same things with just different scale, and you think that journey to start there and go to there was just fantastic. It's for sure there's hard moments, there's complicated, there's not all, but I just think my best memory is the full story.